You just did it?
Oh,
The
yes.
green screen?
Sibs.
Oh, okay.
Sibs in the house
Oh,
too.
you made it in?
Good. I almost forgot.
I knew you would forget your old fart.
I almost forgot.
Yo,
I'm here cooking
this
up.
is real.
What's good?
Yo, you good, Sibs? You good?
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
Recharge.
Camera.
I'll let him here, bro. I'll let him right here. That's good. All right. Shoot, Slang, you wanna just go with the flow right now? You can do just right here, right now.
Let's start.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so we're here. Peace, and salutations, everybody. It's another edition of Darkness with a Ginger Hue. As you can see, we don't got the Ginger Hue today. I was just talking to Poe yesterday, and he's injured, so he'll be back. He's on injured reserves, but he'll be back soon. Cash.
Sabbatical.
He's on a sabbatical. That's it. He's on a sabbatical.
He's on a sabbatical, bro.
That's
what we're saying right now.
It's okay, man. It's always good. Sometimes you got to step away. Like I always say, you can't do. Nothing is for everyone all the time. You got to take.
That's true. That is true.
But we got some. I'm not calling them subs. I'm not calling them replacements. We got
they're originals.
My partners, my bros in the building. It's like a gold era reunion up here. I feel like I haven't seen these guys in about a month. It's been at least a month, something like that. But we got Sibs Rock, 1/3 of the gold era music family in the building. We got DJ Finn, 1/3 of the gold era family, also in the building.
Yes.
First question I asked. Oh, I can't leave out my co-host, Sir Toks, in the building.
The beast is here.
This guy always gets his own personal sound.
I'm sorry. I've been working on it. I got one for you. I got you.
No. The last time you did it, you gave me some donkey sound or something. I don't want it. No, it's very racist.
Really? I got you.
Very racist. I don't want it.
I wasn't racist at all. Was it?
But my first question, let me just break it off. The first question, I'm trying to start doing this. What did you guys do to make yourself better today? Anybody could go first. And it could be anything. Wow. It could be 2 push-ups of meditation. It could be you called your mom to say I love you. It could be you just went and bought some good food. Anything. What'd you do to make yourself better?
Right now, cooking I'm cooking some chicken. I'm stewing some chicken, and I am making some potatoes with some sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes with that. And cooking for me and my mom.
Lunch at Sibs is what he's saying.
Yeah,
basically. Chef Boyardee.
Proper thing.
Chef.
Yeah.
We lost some man down here.
He did tell us that he was having Chrome issues. So
he did warn us.
But he's
what about you, folks?
Apple. Me, well, as you know, I've been doing my rebranding. So I hired someone to rebrand my whole online personality. So I'm happy to say that person has got the ball rolling. And that has started going into effect with all my social media. So my Twitter, my YouTube, my Twitch, even this here, right? Everything is going to be rebranded to a point where everything looks the same, right? So other than this title, the show, the podcast, everything is under the Unleashed umbrella. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have an Unleashed whatever. So I have the supplements, I have the apparel, I have gaming. So there's everything is going to be there. So I got somebody to kind of put it all together in one. So if someone wants to find me and they type in Unleashed, you'll find me with something. So that's what I'm very happy about. So the umbrella has been opened up, So that's what I'm good with. So.
That's a good move. Finn, what about you? No, he can't hear me.
Technical difficulty.
So what did you do to make yourself better today?
I went to the gym.
Same here. That was gonna be my answer. Gym is my answer. Good. Man, it's always important to do something.
You're an afternoon gym guy?
I'm an afternoon, evening, that's when I'm most productive.
Okay. So mornings when you recharge. Oh, see, everybody's here like night owls here right now.
Pretty much.
Not me.
No,
Sibs is not a night owl.
Sibs is a morning guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm working. But I work nights. If that makes sense.
No. I hear you. I mean, for some reason, I used to be a night guy, but for some reason, I got put in the notion that not enough sleep, you're losing hours of the day to work and do things. So I really sleep minimum, but my body is trained to even just work on a 3-4 hour shift and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I just use the whole day. And some people say it's not healthy, but when you've trained your body to a point where it's natural, hey, you're working, an 8-hour day. I'm working an 8-hour day. Plus I'd go home and do my business for another 8 hours. I'm good. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
got to be on top of your grind.
Indeed.
But yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
For people who don't know, I'm a part of Gold Air Music, which is a production team. The three of us on the, I guess that's the right side of your screen, and bottom are a production team. And Finn recently won the second nomination, first win, Juno for best reggae recording. So we want to ask Finn, start there. Like, how was that experience? How was the Juno? This is your second time, so was it different than the first time?
Yeah, it was definitely different. The first time was at home in Toronto, so this time we got to go. I never been to Edmonton before, so it was in Edmonton. So it was definitely different. I feel like we were treated a little bit better than we were in Toronto. It was more of a big deal. Open bar, free food, all that good stuff. But it was cool. It was a cool experience. You know what I mean? I was a little bit jaded from the last year. We did, the politics and all them something there. You know what I'm saying? But we actually came away with the win this time. So it was all.
So what was that feeling like? Like, right, the moment where they're doing the nomination, saying who's nominated, the moment right before they say you won, what was going through your head? Was it like, because you were jaded, was like, whatever? Or were you actually listening to hear if your name would be called?
Well, the funny thing is, this time we kind of knew we were going to win.
Wow.
We had a because last time when we were the way the seating was, like where we were sitting, it was like, okay, last year we're way too far from the stage right now. There's no way they're gonna call us and make us, take up 40 seconds of TV time for us to walk all
just to get to the stage. Yeah.
That's duly noted, guy. That's a Hollywood trick right there.
Yeah. And then this time there was 2 stages, and we were literally the closest table to the close stage.
Okay.
And the kid that was nominated with us, Cairo, he was sitting at our table.
Oh wow!
So it's a very set up. Yeah.
So we're nominated with him. He was nominated separately, but we were nominated with him on the same song, and he's sitting right beside me. Other people weren't even there. Other people that were in the category weren't even there and stuff. So I kind of had an idea that we would win.
Yeah.
Now
you were listening for your name.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You were formally invited to the Junos because of your award, correct? Or your nomination,
last year I was nominated last year as well.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, the people who don't show up, is it because they can't make it? Is it because they don't want to come? Or like, what's the reason for someone not to show up knowing that they just got nominated for an award?
I mean, I think the guy Escaliva, he's been nominated. I think this is his 10th nomination, and he never ended up showing up. I don't know if he wasn't able to, maybe that weekend he wasn't available or whatever. But he's probably in the same, he's feeling like, okay, I don't know, I doubt I'm gonna win.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Especially if you're going across the country to go to this thing. Who knows?
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably travel too for some people. Money to go there and not win. What's the point?
Exactly.
I thought they probably set up a package though for them, because it's an event. Maybe, here's a Air Canada package for you guys to travel. Whatever. But I guess not.
Well, they do have grants.
For certain people though.
For certain people though.
Nominees have, you can get, if you're nominated, there's a grant, a travel grant to go to whatever city.
Okay. There you go.
Who was hosting that grant is limited?
Oh, who's hosting it?
What city?
No, I said who was the actual host itself, not the city, but the person.
Maestro,
yeah, who's the maestro? Who's the maestro?
It was that Asian guy. It was that Asian comedian guy.
From what convenience store.
Yeah.
He was in Shang-Li or whatever in the Marvel movie. That guy. Okay.
He's Canadian. I didn't even know he was Canadian.
Yeah. I mean, he did a big speech the last year about it, and they were ranting about it. They ranted about it. So I'm like, okay. I'm assuming they're gonna bring him back because he did a good job. But okay, cool.
I thought they had multiple, so I didn't know there was just one.
Well, the thing is, okay, most of the awards are given out the night before.
Oh, really?
Or 2 nights before, in this case. Because,
2 nights before.
Yeah, because Sunday was the Oscar, so they can't compete with the Oscar.
Oh,
so that's why the Junos ended up on the Monday. But my award was given out on the Saturday, which is like a majority of the awards. Only the big TV awards are given out on Sunday, on the Monday.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Album of the Year, and TikTok, People's Choice Award, you know what I mean? Celebrity awards are given out.
Yeah.
Oh, they even have TikTok awards? Wow. Okay.
Something like that. Avril Lavigne wins.
Avril Lavigne still makes music?
Yeah, apparently.
She's
a personality. She's a personality. So
I haven't heard the song from. Well, again, circles.
Same with Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow still makes music.
Still makes music.
Out there. Yeah.
What about Bonnie Raitt?
She still makes music too.
Dolly Parton and Travis Tritt. You guys are still making music.
Anybody who's in the industry is still making music if they need.
They did they gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Nickelback.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Lifetime achievement though. I mean, usually that's what you get that in your.
No,
your
Nickelback
70s.
was huge at one point.
No. Hold on. I'm not
Oh,
saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not huge or not. They are very significant. They had a run, but they're not. I don't see them as a point where they should be getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at this time.
But I'm saying
they still have a life to go.
They're making music 30 years ago.
Yeah,
and it's also, you got to remember, it's the Junos, it's not the Grammys.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a lifetime achievement for Canadian music, which their run is equivalent to a lifetime in Canada.
I know it's true. Yeah. They didn't have a good run.
There'll never be a rock group like that again.
Yeah,
so they probably say, "Yo."
They said, "Yo, have this." It's true. I mean, I think the only group that is more popular than them is what's his face? Is it Blue Rodeo?
Blue Rodeo,
yeah.
Rush is
those guys.
Blue Rodeo might be more classic, but I don't know if they're more popular.
No, they're not. I don't know who they are.
Blue Rodeo?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Blue Rodeo?
You know one of their joints, though. You know one of their songs. You know a couple songs. You might not know.
Yeah, you'll know the songs. You'll know the songs.
Yeah, they're huge.
But it just seems like everybody talks about them when they talk about Canadian rock groups. They said, "Oh, Blue Rodeo. Have you been to that?" When they go on tour?
Yeah, Blue Rodeo was the standard. They were the standard for a good while.
Yes. They probably did that about.
Might be Nickelback now. Nickelback maybe. What's the name of that group?
That one tune they had. That's what made them cross over. That one tune.
I know.
Tragically Hip.
There you go. There's another one too.
Yeah.
There's another one. But now the Tragically Hip is just solely Canadian though. You know what I'm saying? Like Canadians just love those guys no matter what. US don't pump them like they did. That's why I think you're right about the crossover, because Nickelback had that tune and the US picked it up and they were everywhere. So they were just worldwide. Same with Blue Rodeo. They had a few songs that it just picked up and then they're worldwide. But the Tragically Hip stayed in its confines. Gord was the man.
Is it the B-52s? What's that? There's another
Canadian group.
They were younger though. They were like 90s, like Green Day times.
Not Tragically Hip.
Other
than that?
Yeah, other than Tragically Hip.
Pearl? it can't be Pearl Jam.
Probably Nickelback, to be honest. Nickelback was a really
Nickelback's the only
I don't
time.
remember any. I could see the singers in face, but I don't remember.
Rush,
but anyway,
maybe.
Well, Rush was big too. Rush was a big group too.
They're the original.
Rush was a big group.
Those guys are way back.
Bare Naked Ladies, another group. There's another group that was
group. Another big group.
Huge. Again, and that's a team. That's again. I'm assuming they have a Lifetime Achievement Award because they were doing it before Nickelback did it.
I could see them getting
one.
I'm assuming they already did one already.
I think they broke up too quick. Yeah, right. But all these groups is very nostalgic, and again they get their flowers.
Maestro needs one of those. Maestro didn't get one yet. You should get a Lifetime Achievement.
Maestro definitely didn't get one. he never got one yet.
He should
have. He
will definitely.
Because he's still relevant, even not in music, but he's still relevant because.
Is he still acting? Because I know he did some acting.
Yeah, I think so. I don't. Is that Mr. D's show still on? I think it is.
Is that
Mr. D?
I think that's his main gig. That's his main gig. Is acting.
Yeah, I think that's still on. I think it's still on. But yeah, so moving along. Speaking of winning and awards, you see how I did there, Toks?
Oh, hold on. Did you say segue?
Who's the MVP for the NBA? Who you guys got? winning the MVP. More so, who would you pick? Not who you think is going to win. Let me put it that way. I think who's going to win is kind of locked already. Who wants to go first? Anybody?
I don't know.
What do you want to ask first? Who should get it, or who is going to get it?
Okay, yeah, Finn. Who do you think should get it? Yeah. Who should get it first?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As much as Embiid is going to get it and deserves to get it, Giannis is there.
Wow.
He's the best player on the best team. The
best player on the best team. Okay.
Records, his numbers are.
So what do you say to people who say that if you took Giannis off that team, they'd still be good, but if you took Embiid off of the 76ers, they might not be that good? And Joker,
that's what they've been saying about other teams too.
That's all hypothetical.
Yeah, it's a grading of the most valuable player. So when you use those words, quote unquote, it becomes a question of, well, how valuable is he to his team?
I mean,
is it to the team or to the league though?
I don't think that's the criteria.
I don't know. There isn't. There really isn't no criteria. They change it all the time. It's like
that's what I'm saying.
The NCAA team.
I feel like it's whoever's the best, in my opinion.
I heard Joker was in the running for getting that MVP again, like a third one. Now I've seen him, and I have to say, next to, again, in my opinion is Embiid is the MVP, but next to him, Joker is just the most versatile big man since, man like Tim Duncan and them guys, because he does it all, and he does it all well, consistently. Yes, the team he's on is not the greatest at times, but again, Joker seems to always come to play all the time.
So that's what you would pick, as you think deserves it?
I would say Joker deserves it, but I already know Embiid is he balled out. Don't get me wrong, but Embiid is going to be taking it this year. It's almost like they snubbed him the last time, and they're saying here, shut up here. That's what they always do. They snub him and they say, they make a big stink, and they say, okay, you put up similar numbers or close to, okay, we'll give you the award. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I think Embiid is going to win it. I also, for me, it's between him and Giannis. It is. Truthfully, that the Marcus Cousins soundbite was what really. At the time, I was for a while. I'm like, whatever. If he wins it again, whatever. If Joker wins it again, what he kind of he. It's not like he doesn't deserve it. He's a damn near triple double again.
He doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it.
I can't. If they gave it to Westbrook for getting triple doubles, averaging a triple double, I think they could give it to him.
Not 3 times in a row, and you've never been
That's
nowhere.
the thing. But I don't. Also, there's a hypocrisy with that take, because it's a regular season award. It's not about what you do after the regular season.
Right.
I agree.
It doesn't matter though.
It's got to matter.
Even the years that he won it, besides this year, this team wasn't the best team.
Do you have to be the best team in the league to be the MVP?
You don't have to be, but like you literally did nothing. You've done nothing even in the season. You had good numbers, but you didn't have the best numbers.
Because then they question guys like Steve Nash when he got his MVP.
He didn't deserve the second one.
Yeah, he didn't deserve the second one, for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that they tend to question him.
At least.
I think the first one he deserved, but the second one is like, well, no one's around, so here you go. It's almost like that.
There was Shaq was right there. Shaq should have got one of those. Shaq should have got at least one of them, if not both.
And like he said with DeMarcus Cousins, what he says, like it's true. Like, yeah, it's not a lifetime achievement award, but how could Joker have 3 in a row and Kobe has 1? Doesn't make any sense. No.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
But
Kobe only has 1 MVP. He only had 1.
But at the same time, though,
really,
Kobe was playing in an era that there was a lot of good talent, whereas Joker, who else are you going to put on?
Yeah, but
on blast?
Which two guard was better than Kobe? What?
I'm not. No, hold on. I'm not saying it's not a 2-guard thing though. Yeah, it's not a 2-guard. Remember, there's no one better than Kobe and the 2-guard in his playing career. Yes. However, though, we're not just putting the whole award on a 2-guard. This is the centers. Okay, so this is the freaking point guards, the fours, all of them.
Until LeBron got there, which what do you have? 4? He could easily have 8. Who was better than him? Who's better than Kobe? Period. Not even position.
I'm gonna tell you this. I always maintain Kobe was never the undisputed best player in the league. Never. You had Tracy McGrady. You had Allen Iverson. You had Shaq. You had Tim Duncan. You had LeBron. Then you had. I could keep going. Going.
That's why I said until LeBron got there, because before LeBron got there and was eligible for MVPs, Kobe was the undisputed best player.
I don't agree. That one I don't agree.
Those T-Mac years in Houston, he was injured. He wasn't.
I don't think.
Iverson got one.
Yeah.
So between those years, from when they beat Iverson in the finals up until LeBron started coming around,
right?
I feel like Kobe was the
No, I would agree on that. But again, the era that he was playing was very hard, very, very competitive. Whereas the era that Joker and these guys are playing there's only a handful of guys, maybe two handfuls of guys that are freaking on a different level. Yeah, it's different time. That's why you can't talk about the Jordans.
It seemed like way more superstars back then. Now you just have 1 and 2 stars.
Exactly. You have now people right.
I don't watch ball, but that's what it seems that.
No, you're making perfect sense, because now instead of them building on one superstar and put them on different teams, they just generically spread out that whole thing on one full squad. So if one of your superstars is out, boom, an X-Men pops in. He's not the superstar, but the team is a super team now because they're not dependent on one guy. Perfect example with the Bucks. You take away Giannis, you still have a decent team without him. No superstar, right? Put him in, you're elite. You put him on the other team, again, makes that team better, makes them elite, right? So I think that's how teams are now building their squads. And not
there's also another part that the media doesn't really talk about, but it's also that when you guys say there's not a lot of superstars, it's really there's not a lot of American superstars. This MVP race is all foreigners.
Yeah.
Almost your top 10 to 15 is half foreigners at this point.
You think that if those guys were from America, things would be we would have a different conversation.
Hell yeah. Hey. Gilbert Arenas I watch it all the time, and he has a podcast now. And anytime they bring up guys like Giannis and Embiid, he says, so you're not talking black guys then. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, those guys aren't from America. They're from Africa. They're not American black. And when he says it like that, that's exactly how I think the executives
are ignorant shit.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And now, Americans already. That's their style.
I was just talking to a buddy who's in the UK, and he says if the schools in Europe or even other countries in the world put in the money and the time that the NCAA did in their sport, my goodness, you won't even have half of the Americans in the league. The Europeans, the Africans, even the Asians, they have ballers out there, but you have no exposure, you have no money pumped into the sport, and you just have whatever. So now the Americans go out and take the best players from there, give them that bag, and say, "Hey, play with us, because you're going to get all this money." If they were making that, that's why soccer wasn't big in North America. The European leagues, they make freaking hand over foot money, like crazy money. Like they're laughing at the contracts right here. Man, like Ronaldo doesn't have to work again, right? And he's now what, 40 now? And I'm like, he doesn't have to play, but he's getting that stupid buku money. But in the States, the same guys who are playing the same sport are getting half that much because they don't put that money into soccer.
The internationals, when they started going to Europe and shit to start drafting players, they overtook them. Like the American players are once LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, those guys retire, it's an international league.
It's rough.
No, you're right. Right. Now,
what do you say? Canada, Africa, Europe, Lithuania, all these
everybody but
US can't hold a candle. The French dude that
now, out the top of my head, I could only think of one guy who's even in the top 5 to 6, and that's Tatum. Who else is there that's American?
Tatum and Ja Morant, probably.
Yeah, Ja, that's true.
Ja's an up-and-comer, though. He's not there yet, but he's getting there, yes.
I would say he's top 10, though. He's probably top 10 player.
Oh yeah, top 10.
Probably.
Again,
probably.
I agree. But I do agree. If the league had their top guys retiring the next 5 to 6 years, it's honestly NBA Europe, because that place is fully of European players. And it's funny though, it doesn't work in the reverse. I don't know if you guys watched the Stephon Marbury documentary. He's big. He's
huge in Japan.
In Japan and China. That man, statues of him. Yeah. And again, I get it, because he did something for that team and for that I guess that era there. Because I mean, no one really looked at Chinese basketball, but then you have people now who are out of the league. Man like Cousins is out of the league. He's trying to play in these deep in these leagues right now, right? He's trying to make a name. The thing with Dwight Howard going off to the freaking making a name. He's having fun. So these guys, I think Marbury set the standard. Says you don't have to be in the U.S. to be famous and to be rich. You can money's money everywhere else.
you got to be the guy though. Like you got to be. Those Marbury left like just past his prime, so he was still had some good years.
Yeah.
These guys are when they're on their last leg. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. Yeah, or they've fumbled the bag and they want to get back in the league. But man, you can just make yourself a superstar somewhere else.
Also, there's a difference between being famous in China than being famous in America. It's a different type of fame. Being famous in America is being famous in China at the same time. The reverse is not necessary.
Yeah. It's a whole different market. It's a whole different market in China.
And that's
you're worldwide famous if you're famous in America. Whereas everywhere else,
and
you're famous.
That goes for everything, not just sport.
Everything.
Man like Jackie Chan was making movie after movie after movie after movie until he came here. That's when he turned into a superstar, which sucks because he was really good in his movies when he was out there in the East. But I mean, they said, "Hey, come here to America." Boom. Same with Bruce Lee.
That's where the bread is.
I'm not gonna hate on the U.S., but I can't stand that. I mean, you gotta make your own money somewhere in Canada. If you can make it in Canada, make it in Canada. You don't need the U.S. Big Brother, they call them. Remember, Canada has their money too. I mean, man like Drake, although Drake has superstardom from U.S., you tell him he couldn't do it here in Canada on his own? Of course,
no, he couldn't.
I think so.
No, not to the stature.
No, not to that level where he is.
No, no, sorry. I don't mean the stature is in, but he was that talented. You don't lose the talent whether you're in Canada or the US. So if he's still got Canada famous, man's like Tragically Hip, man's like Nickelback. If they stayed in their country, they'll still be icons in their country.
Yeah,
they might not make buku money in the States.
You wouldn't have crossed over.
Yeah, but
you would have been still fine.
Would you rather be Nickelback or Aerosmith?
No. I hear you. But I mean, if you're
infrastructure, it's infrastructure on all the
States is on.
You don't Tragically Hip. There's an infrastructure here for a Tragically Hip to become what they became, but there's not an infrastructure here for Drake to become what he's come.
But that genre music is an American.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the genre.
I'm sure Warner
and even Tragically Hip could have been probably bigger if they were in America, but they have more opportunity being in the genre.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. That makes sense.
I'm sure Warner Canada and Warner in the States, they operate totally different. They probably got bigger budgets. You know what I mean?
I know that. That's not even a thing.
For sure.
A no thing.
They want to get it. They want to sprinkle a little money in the record labels here, but in the States, it's limitless. So from that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, since we're on the topic, since we're all creatives here, where how do I put this? Would you rather stay home and make it, or would you rather go somewhere else and make it?
Well,
good question.
I could answer. As of right now, I have no loyalty to Canada. They fumbled.
RCMP is knocking your door.
Wow.
With the way that they handled the pandemic, I have no loyalty to stay here.
Okay.
If I had the opportunity to go somewhere else and do what I'm still doing, family is happy to move with me or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, the history of Canada, man, it doesn't. Once you go somewhere else, Canada's gonna follow. They follow.
That's true. They keep tabs on you.
Every artist that ever blew from Canada blew in the States. Nobody's ever really blown up
or
here.
overseas. Yeah.
So they're gonna follow eventually. They'll follow. So you have nothing to lose. You can always come back. But you got look at Miss Me. You got from Miss Me to Dream Warriors right back. You know what I mean? We're looking at who we're looking at. The I guess Drake's, the Weekends.
Hell, even Cardi.
All of them. All our major artists that are. But look at Deborah Cox. What's the other singer?
True.
Glenn
Tamia
Finsbergen, Glenn Lewis.
No, Glenn Finsbergen.
Everybody.
Literally all these guys.
There's everybody. It's everybody. There's not one person, especially in the quote unquote urban market. There's not one person you can name. And it's not just music. It's acting. It's
everything.
Sports. It's everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
I was watching Jamal McGlure documentary, and they were talking about back then how you had to play high school basketball, like you had to finish out in high school, and the Canadians were not getting D1 scholarships like that. It was
No.
it's like a few, and most of them are from Toronto.
Yeah,
Now
none.
you have man, because they're going down there from high school to play. You have man from Montreal, man from BC, man from all over the country that are getting in the NBA. Not only NCAA, they're getting NBA money.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
there's a
it's almost
system in
everywhere.
place now. We didn't have that. There's a system that wasn't there in our times.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Like you said, the infrastructure has changed now. It's shifted, and we now are more common to what works, and we'll make it and take it to our advantages. That's why there's tons of Canadian talent that are being seen, because we're putting it out there for everybody to see. I mean, just imagine if Americans saw and watched the Junos and heard the tunes and saw the freaking creatives there. They would be snagging them up, because that's still talent, no matter where you're from. I bet you.
I'm sure some do. I'm sure like the in the nose watch, but your general public is not watching.
Yeah, okay, but just like the Asian, have their awards, just like the Brits have their awards. All of them have their awards. So I mean, when you were saying about, if you rather be famous out there than here, I'd rather be famous here. Because honestly, I'd be royalty here. Like, if I was that famous, I would not have to pay for anything. Think of the same situation with Kawhi when he was trying to sign him up. Man was walking to the freaking stadiums. They were giving him free food. They're saying they were going to pay rent for the year in his condo and all this. I'm like, yo, why not? If I'm going to get treated like that because I do something great, I'll take it.
I'll take any of them. Tell you the truth, any of them that's gonna get me to where I'm going. Really, basically.
Yeah.
If I have to take one for now, if I have to take one that's gonna lead me to the next, you know what I mean? I'll take it.
Yeah.
But whatever the best situation really is
you're going where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Ideally,
my Canadian situation might be better than the States right now. You never know.
Facts.
To Toks' point, for me, I would rather make it here because I would be royalty, like he said. Like, again, look at a guy, obviously he's the top of the food chain, but look at a guy like Drake. When he comes here, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, he's good. He could fly. He could get man across the border. That in itself is a big deal.
But you say that, but he didn't have to make it here to get that.
I mean, I agree with that. I more mean you have a lot of guys who make it and never come back, or they don't rep, or they don't. You know what I'm saying? He kind of made it popular to do it the way that he's doing it. He basically made it known that his home base is Toronto, even though he's probably barely here. But people feel like this is where he's made his mark from. But again, you're right though. You're right.
It's not just music though. I mean, I'm looking on my phone. I'm like, man, like, I know you probably know him when you see him. Man, like Eugene Levy. That guy is great in Canada, right? Yeah. So great that they had to take him out from Canada, put him in those American Pie movies. He was strictly Canadian shows all the time, right? Man, like John Candy, right? These guys they're all Canadian. They're funny little guys that are doing their thing. Someone will snatch you and say, hey, yo, come over here. But he's already made his name for himself in Canada. You think those men have to do anything special to get where they have to get or do what they have to do? No. You see Eugene Levy, that's a superstar.
But just to play devil's advocate, what is the advantage of staying home and doing it as opposed to going
What's
somewhere
the advantage?
Else? Yeah.
Well,
there is none.
I honestly think there's no real advantage, but $1 million in Canadian funds is $1 million in American funds are still $1 million in your country. Whether it's the exchange or not, you're still making that money. So if you're getting $1 million a year in Canadian funds in Canada and you're staying in Canada, it's still $1 million. Whereas the US, if you're getting $1 million in the US and their funds, it's still $1 million. No matter where you have it, it's still the same. You know what I'm saying?
That is not exactly true. I understand your sentiment, but it's not, because $1 million here is taxed almost 50%.
No. But what? Okay, I'm just giving an example.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
If you make that money here, it's gonna work for you here without the exchanges. Same with the U.S. If the U.S. if you're making your money there and you're staying there, it's gonna work for you there. So if you want to build your empire,
the older I get, man, the less patriotic.
I'm not patriotic almost at all. I'm only patriotic in that one of those, as the saying goes, remembering where I come from. So I am patriotic, especially in the music realm and sports, in that I remember the days when we were looked at as nothing. Like when we were, hey, we're here, we're over here, we got talent too. And people used to brush us. I remember those days. I grew up in those things. So now even no matter where I go or where I would rather be, I would still rep being Canadian because of the underdog mentality.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I would definitely.
But I agree with it. I'm not.
Even if I made it out, it's the same. Look, it's the same way as the guys from the hood. Yo, I'm never leaving the hood. I'm from Compton.
Yeah.
I'm never leaving.
No, I'm not that guy. Not that guy.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm leaving, but I'll still say I'm from Compton.
The hood will be there when you come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying the roots will never leave you, but you can go still be successful somewhere else. But say, still, I'm from there. I'm from here. Whatever.
We won the lottery of where we were born. The only tie that we have here.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Our passport is more valuable than others when we travel. But we already have that. That's something that we already have. Whether we stay here or not, we're already blessed with that. I don't really have no reason.
All right, so let me switch gears a little bit here. So we're talking about basically making it changes that you would have to make to be successful. But we're in a time where our world is changing pretty rapidly right in front of us. You see the financial situations going on between countries. We see the weather even is erratic and wild these days. I just heard a man in the gym saying it might snow next week over here. And right now it's 29. So that's wild.
Wow. That's wild. That's a Wednesday for me, guys.
Yeah.
That's a Wednesday, bro.
That's super wild. That's super wild.
I'm inside with my hoodie, just trying to keep the warmth in here right now.
Jeez.
I only think it's 3 degrees.
Nah, me neither, bro. That's not for if any man should want to leave Canada, it's definitely you. So. Definitely.
So true.
But
remember I came to Winnipeg a couple like about a month ago. Remember you came?
Yeah.
Came to the show? Like, bro, I don't think I've ever that might have been the coldest night of my life. And that was a regular Tuesday, bro.
Yeah, that's a regular Tuesday, and you're frigid like this, minus 20, yo.
No, I can't.
It's like late March.
I think it said like minus. It was almost minus 40.
Yep. With the wind chill, bro.
40. With the wind chills minus 40. He
came in this whole paradox of cold. It came from somewhere, and it went from minus 3 to minus 30 for a week. Everything.
I'm not working from home. I can't live there, bro.
Everything was frozen. Like, you know how everything was melting, everything springtime's coming. It hit, everything was ice. People were told not to go to school, to go to freaking work, stay home because it's dangerous. If you go outside, you might die.
We don't know.
It's not for me.
We don't know that life here in Toronto. That's wild.
That was the coldest.
Minus 40. That's mad.
I've told the story many times about when I came here. I was driving to work. And back in the day, I was driving a nice BMW, so I was feeling nice. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden, flat tire. Boom. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right. I go outside and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm trying to turn the thing. Yo, I was crying, bro. I was crying. Yeah. I was what am I doing here? I can't believe, to the point where I had to call my buddy who was working the next, away from me. Yo, buddy, he's, what are you crying for? Yo, I can't do this, man. I'm trying to turn a tire. I can't do it. He comes up in his I guess track pants and his spring jacket with some glasses. Don't worry. He says, Toks, go into the Shoppers Drug Mart. I'll deal with this. And he just I'm like, what the hell, bro?
Nothing.
Hey, you gotta get used to it. And I respect that, because going fast forward to probably last year, whatever, I was the same way. When you get used to it, I'm fine. I can handle it. But
I've been here for 46 years, sir, and I'm not used to winter yet.
No.
Not yet, so I don't know about that.
There's different winters, though, man. There's your winter there, and then there's the abyss here.
Yeah.
This is my point. I don't see myself, if I'm not used to this.
Yeah. This is winter is coming type of shit. This is build the wall type of shit. That's how crazy it is here.
For Nicole can make you ball? No. Not for me.
Because again, there was one point where Winnipeg was colder than Mars.
Oh, stop this shit.
Yeah,
no lie.
No. Okay, listen. I'm getting depressed just talking about it. I'm getting depressed. Let's go on to the next topic.
Colder than space,
no. We're not talking about this no more.
Exactly.
I'm cutting this topic off. I'm cutting it off. It's too warm outside to talk about this. Cutting it off. Let's get back to what I was saying. Listen. The world is changing.
Call it in space.
Call it in Mars, the man said. Nah, fuck that.
No way.
So right now we're noticing in technology, we're embarking, if not embarked upon, because it's happening as we speak. Technology is going into a new frontier. We're now going into the AI frontier, or the prompt engineering
digital.
frontier. Right.
AI
So my
takeover.
question to you guys. Well, has anybody used any of these AI platforms yet?
Yep.
No.
Do they have like
I am
Midjourney?
tempted, but it scares me though.
I've used all of them. All the available
Okay, let's start there.
ones.
Why does it scare you? Why does it scare you, Toks?
Because artificial intelligence is
Terminator
built to understand and adapt to you. So if a computer or any type of programming can understand you and predict anything, soon they're gonna say, "Yo, we don't need you."
They're gonna take us over.
I mean, I can do it. You have AI that can have conversations with people when you're not there. Who are you then? We don't need you. If we can make up our own conversations, there's AI that can help you do your banking, whatever, scheduling. We don't need you. You're not needed anymore.
All of those movies we watched that had AI intelligence, and we just thought it was just a movie.
Yo, Slang, we already talked about this. All these are premonitions from how long? They've already done this. Terminator was thought of, but probably already been done, and they've been using it for how long? Now it's just being mainstream. It's just mainstream now.
Yeah.
AI has been in the works for years. It's just now accessible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to us. It comes to us after they've already used it for whatever they want to use it for.
And now they're just putting it in the palm of our hands. I think the new one's Chat GT or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but there's this new GPT. Yeah, and they said that's the one that's going crazy. I'm like, what?
There's a few of them though. There's a bunch of them out there right now.
Yeah. From artists.
But Sibs, what do you say? Sibs, what's your thought process?
I'm the same as the Toks, man. I don't know. It's gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get out of hand, like everything else, like the internet. Imagine, man can't even handle the internet, much less.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Look what we've done with the internet. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna get to a level where if it's not controlled some way or somehow, it's and we can't control it. So I think they're gonna start. It's gonna eventually start controlling us.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Money buys everything. When you factor in money, if you have money now it's gonna get all in the wrong hands. It's not a good look. Not a good look at all. I mean, it would be if it was under a controlled environment, like if it was under controlled. But I don't think it's like the internet. It's just gonna be one of those things everybody's gonna start using, and they're gonna abuse it.
I think it's controlled, but just not by the general public. There's a control factor there somewhere.
Right now, because it's not really out yet.
Yeah.
I'm saying once it really gets out there, because a lot of people don't know about it yet, really, right?
True.
Like,
or how to use it. Those who know, don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. Once it starts to get, but I don't like it. I don't know, bro.
Finn, you being the graphic designer, the videographer, the guy who does a lot of this stuff that these AI potentially could do themselves. How do you feel about it?
I love it. Every minute of it. I'm not even joking. This shit it's amazing, man. It's evolution, literally evolution. We are evolving as a species. If you think back 30 years ago, you remember if you had a job interview, you had to print out your map quest and you know what I'm saying? It's evolution, bro. Like when when Google was just a simple search engine, nobody was thinking, I can learn to freaking build a house from scratch, or YouTube. This is just the evolution of all of that. So I mean, it's inevitable that's you know what I mean? I can literally go on YouTube right now. I'm upstairs watching TV. I start smelling banana bread. I come downstairs, my daughter freaking baked a full banana bread from YouTube instructions.
Wow.
10 years old. So
wow.
I love it, bro. It's just evolution. Obviously, like you guys said, it's gonna get in the wrong hands. Every technology is gonna get into the wrong. Nothing you can do about it. So you might as well embrace it and use it to your advantage. That's the way I look. It's not going nowhere. You can sit there and be scared about it. I'd rather learn how to use it than be afraid of it.
I just had this discussion, and to all you guys, to Toks, more Toks' point. Do you remember feeling that way when they came out with the smartphone?
Yeah, there was
Did
a
you
lot
have
of
that
people
same
that were.
fear?
A lot of people were not.
A lot of people
necessarily
were.
Yeah, some people were, but more people were just like people just don't like change in general.
Yeah.
All the BlackBerry people, they took them a long time to get an iPhone.
I was one of them.
It's true.
I was one
Only
of them.
certain man were iPhone immediate.
Yeah.
I was one of those. I was one of those BlackBerry. I was holding on to the BlackBerry to the very last.
Yep, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
So, like,
I mean, I see both sides. I do see. I literally just had this conversation like a few hours ago where I do see the potential for danger. I do see everything you guys are saying, the iRobot, the Terminator. I see all that being a possibility. And I actually see it as an inevitability. I do. But until then, we have to learn how to use these things to our advantage. We have to use them as a tool until because we might not even be around when all that stuff happens. This might be many years in the future, and if depending on what we do now, we might be putting our people in a position to not have to deal with that type of stuff, because like Sib said, money talks. So if you're using, like I'm seeing man post how to use AI for your business, how to use AI to invest, how to use AI to all these different, using it as a tool, use it as a tool more with caution. There's going to be caution there. I think for me, my caution is things like when you see people taking the pictures and the AI is making all these different images of them, and then you hear now they're just plugging this into surveillance programming so that they can watch us and find us anytime, which I think they could have done that years ago with this already.
They've already been doing that. They've already been doing that.
We surveil ourselves sometime. All these cameras, we surveil ourselves. But yeah, I think the key is, and right now at its precipice, just like YouTube, just like your smartphone, just like Instagram, just like Facebook, find a way to use it so that it works for your success. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna stay in fear and archaic.
Yeah. I totally agree with what you're saying. I get what you guys are saying about using the tools. However, we're all not made the same, and people are born evil. Remember where I work. Man, some are evil, born out of the womb, evil. So when they have the ability and the knowledge to make AI or anything do horrible crap on a global scale, man, we have guys who went into freaking buildings and blowing up buildings, bro. Well, I know. A man like Timothy McVeigh, he just drew over in their freaking thing, boom.
It's the same thing, because the thing is, we can't take the good without the bad. It's like
that's the fear, though.
When we first started making music, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have Ableton and FL Studio.
Right.
Now we're using it. We can't take the good without the bad. In order for us to have Chat GPT, we have to evolve from. So I'm carrying crates of records, and now never.
Went from the crate to the folder to nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
I hear you.
It's gonna evolve, and it's gonna level out too. So like now everybody's scared. Oh, somebody's gonna do something with it, but you're gonna find different ways to use it for good, more good than bad. I think. So the bad is inevitable, like you said.
Yeah. I totally agree, and maybe because I'm very tech savvy in terms of things, I know what they can do and what it can do to others. The fear is just what scares me. Like, I understand the tools. I use tools all over the time, all the place. But it just seems to me that it's so lucrative, or it's so untouched. It's so untouched right now that at the minute that somebody bad takes it and does something with it, it's just going to screw it off for everybody. Like, it's just going to ruin it. And I know there's people that are thinking that right now. That's the only thing I fear.
We have 2 years of experience.
I don't think it'll ruin it. I don't think it'll ruin it for everybody. No. Not for everybody. I think they're going to be, like Finn's saying, there's going to be bad and good.
Yes. It's just the bad scares me.
When did you first start using the internet? What year? What would you say?
When was it? When I used the internet, it was 94. It was dial up, with those modems. Yeah.
So that's 30 years. That's 30 years.
I get you. Yeah, no, I get it. And now it's just my go-to. It's what we're talking on right now. It's what's linked to the phone. It's linked to the thermostat. It's linked to the lights, all that stuff.
Everything.
I get it.
Okay, here's the thing.
We're saying that we're surveilling ourselves. We're the reason why this stuff exists.
Also true.
We're bringing all the data, and
also true.
I have a picture of everybody to access. So when I go into Midjourney and I type in, make a picture of XYZ, it has the source material to draw from, whether it's drawn from Instagram pictures, Google pictures, such a huge database of pictures that it's inevitable that it's going to, eventually get to this. And it's going to get way much better. They did the picture AI, now they're starting with the video AI, deep fakes and all that stuff. There's
I think I saw the one that scared me the most really is when they were doing the voice video AI. They had I think it was a David Beckham, and they were showing him speaking, and it wasn't even him, and he's looking at him like, wow, like that's not even me, like that's an AI speaking exactly like him in his own accent and whatever, his own mannerisms. I'm like, man, so you're telling me that we don't even have to talk to people anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. My thing is what I don't like about it. I mean, like for what we use it for, technology wise, like stuff like what Finn's talking about, I love it. But when we talk about AI, are we talking about like robots? Are we talking about like there's levels? Yeah. Like we talking about robotic.
It's getting there. It's gonna get there.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that shit. Listen, we talked about it and I could even ask this. I was gonna ask this question: is how far are you willing to go? Because our next step in evolution as humans is cybernetics. That's the next step. There. The next step is to get, when your arm is chop off, you're gonna go get a full robot android arm. That's the next step. Or to get a chip put in your brain to make you a little bit smarter.
If I lose my arm, give me one.
It's coming. That's coming.
Give me an Angela Bassett arm.
Give me an Angela Bassett.
That's coming. But it's gonna definitely happen.
You're right. And the only reason we're going that is because we can't master biology. Biology is too erratic. You can't fix the cells. You can't change the cells. So what's the next best thing? Make it computerized, make it metal and whatnot, and let it be run perfect.
Right. So this is a
cloning.
This is a conversation I had with my girl about basically the whole concept of survival of the fittest and evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that we as humans evolved to be able to make, recreate the biology and play God, as you say. That is part of evolution. That is still part of evolution, because we evolved to the point where our brains are smart enough to recreate natural
life
things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's true.
It's not like it's like some devious, devilish shit. There's gonna be evil and good. You said some person might die, some evil guy might die and bring himself back to life and on some evil shit. But you say like, yo, a kid loses their leg and they could grow back a leg. Like, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? There's always gonna be pros and cons. Evolution.
And like I always say, we die for a reason, because like Finn just said, his daughter is making banana bread at 10 years old off of YouTube. There's a youth that was born today that by the time they're 10 years old, AI is helping them tie their shoes, helping them put on their clothes to go to school, helping by making their breakfast for them. Like that's going to be a norm for them, whereas for us, it's going to be like, wow, we didn't have. And when we're dead and gone, that stuff is going to be normal. Like transgenders, that'll be normal.
But there is
the age right now.
With that being in place, there is a disconnection within man.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So now you're just gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to rely on that to communicate. Like for instance, it's gonna get worse, right? So. Imagine now you're sitting at the table with your daughter and your son, and they're on their phone. Like we're already there. Like it's gonna get even. Kids right now are disconnected. So you know what I mean. They're at the table eating, and they're already on their phone. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I just had this discussion with a girl. Same thing. She's saying her son is saying like he doesn't want to go to work because he can make the money doing crypto in his room type thing. So, but as a result, he has no personal skills, no people skills.
None.
Because he doesn't deal with people. So you're right.
That's the part that's gonna get jaded. I mean, the technology, like I said, like Finn was saying, the evolution and all that. We've never crossed over to this digital world or cyborg, whatever you want to call it. We've never been to that side. So like I said, this connection between man is definitely gonna be impacted.
Yeah, for sure.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way either.
No, it's going to be emotionless. I mean, people have emotions when you deal with it.
It's going to be good and bad. It's going to always.
No, you're right.
Depends on who you are.
Because you could say that. You could have said that about the internet. But the fact that you're in Winnipeg, you're in Brampton, you're in the Toks, and I'm in Mississauga, and we're having this conversation.
No, the real facts, real facts.
So that's the part that's the same technology that we're scared about that is bringing people together. I'm doing albums with people in the U.S. and I'm taking
where you would have to travel,
making it something tangible. Because of this thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
So let me ask this question now.
There's levels.
Let me ask this question then. Do you guys remember a time growing up, like in childhood, where you felt like the world was changing like this? Like we're entering a new age?
I think it was the internet, man. It was once I first got that first
computer,
the dial-up, and we're going on LimeWire, and I'm like,
mine was the actual computer. And the computer
before
is
internet.
Yeah, mine was the computer. When I saw
it
transition from the PET to the Commodore 64, my mind blew. I'm like, this is it right here. The keyboard, the fact that you can take off this keyboard, connect it to your TV, a disk drive and all. I'm like, this is amazing. I was like, once I touched the computer, look at me. If you see my place now, it's all electronic. This is all I lived since I was 5 years old. I've been doing computers. So when I saw that, that's transition. That transitioned me to whatever. Nothing else mattered. If I didn't have that, I'd probably be doing sports like crazy. But this computer thing, I was hooked from when I touched one. And I was opening things, trying to fix it, trying to make it look better, trying to make it work better. It was just the computer is my internet to what everybody else is doing. Because
I agree. That's probably when it actually did happen.
When you felt it.
For me, actually realizing it and being like, oh shit, this is different. When I was allowed to go, when I finally got online. That's the thing. Computers have been around
plugged in
forever. Yeah. That's true. Now, I mean, to build on what Finn was saying, I think the computer. He said the computer has been around forever. Yes. However, the home computer. The home computer is where. Hold on. The home computer is what I'm really talking about. The fact that you have PC at home. Yeah. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. The computer to you is the internet. Well, sorry, the internet to you is what the computer was to me, and I get it.
Yeah, the feeling. I'll tell you, mine's a little bit dumbed down, but for me, it was literally the arcade to the home system.
Yep.
Go into the arcade to play those video games was a big deal. And then boom, it changed to go into your brethren's house and playing the same games. You
got that Atari, you got the Nintendo. That is another monumental time in history.
That was a technology shift for me. To notice and to take note, like this is actually affecting my life. And
you notice how we never said anything like the phone, because when the cell phone came out,
the cell phone for me, because I'm gonna can't tell. I'm old. Can't tell. I remember
I was there.
Can't tell. Woo! I haven't heard that in a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And only
Star Trek on them on that.
Yeah.
A little before Star Trek, but after Star Trek came out there.
Cantel was big.
Only certain men had cell phones back then.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
And before the cell phones was the car phone.
The car phone.
Remember, the limo drivers had the car phones.
Yes.
Bro, I don't think I saw a car phone in real life. I don't think I ever saw a car phone when car phones.
Yeah, man.
I did.
Back in those days, I don't think I saw them.
Yeah.
No, only a certain type of person would have a car phone, or a certain company would put the car in. Put the phone in the car.
Yeah.
So you're a different type of escalage.
I remember seeing him on Miami Vice and music videos.
Yeah,
but I don't ever remember seeing them in real life. Like I didn't know nobody like that.
Yeah. No, I didn't know anybody that had it in his car, but I know there was shit.
But I'm just speaking to how rare those were. Yeah. And now, who doesn't have a phone? Like your 2-year-old baby has a phone right now, waiting on him.
Not even that. The fact that now you don't have the car phone, you have your cell phone that connects to your car, right? So you don't even have the car. It's just another extension to that whole, and that phone is pretty much your mobile computer. And that's it. Yeah. Do everything off that. So man, and so. Like Finn was saying, you're right, Sibs. It's the evolution. We have to take the good with the bad. I mean, there's going to be amazing inventions out there. Man's like freaking Elon Musk is sending people to space, right? I remember the last time I actually talked about space was the Challenger when it blew up. I never talked about space, but this man's sending people to space. and they're enjoying themselves. I'm like, whoa.
Paying big money, paying
Bro,
big dollars for that.
When we were first making music, when I had to bring my beats, I had to bounce them out on MPC, and that's still late, like early 2000s.
Yep.
I had to burn it on a CD, bring it to the engineer for him to put in his computer, and then when he wants to give me back the files, he has to burn it back on the next.
Burn it
CD
back.
to give me. Now it's airdrop.
Yep.
Now it's just airdrop. You need a file?
Carry nothing. Yep.
It's
in the cloud. I come from the real
just because of airdrop.
Clouds.
Real to real times. Again, I was just talking about the real to. Amanda's just telling me there used to be a job in film called what did he say it was? Film sweeping? Was it film sweeping or film cleaning? It's not the cutter. It's like the person who cleans the film when they used to have.
Oh, yeah, the cleaner. Yeah, the film cleaner.
And he said like, in 2 years that job was obsolete.
Obsolete.
When they came in with digital recording. 2 years. So imagine the man who's been doing that his whole life. He's planning to retire, making good money doing this thing. And 2 years later, he has to go to Walmart and find a work.
Yeah, man.
That's a great feat.
So true. So true. But again, evolution
is real.
You have to evolve with the evolution or get left behind.
Well, that's bottom line. Like, like that's it. It's either, and a lot of the guys that we don't even mess with no more, like old friends, like a lot of them never evolved. You know what I mean? And this shit that we live in, it's all about evolving still. And, you know what I mean? You gotta, you get left behind. You do. That's it. Some men
unless you're fine.
Some men want to be behind like that.
Yes.
Some men want to be off the grid, but that's cool. But there's a lot of people that trying to keep up and they can't. They can't, or they just don't know how.
I feel bad for those folks who can't keep up because they get depressed, they get upset, they get frustrated, and then they just give up on life because they just can't keep up. So now they're making things more user friendly. That's why I think that the iPhone is making so much money because it is very user friendly for people.
It is.
So a 6-year-old picks up a phone for the first time, and you go FaceTime your granddaughter, 2 buttons, and you're there. Boom. Right? Yeah. So I get it. Wow.
Again, it's relative, man. Again, it's relative and it's generational. Again, like Paul was talking about in his rant that's come out soon. There's the old people who are gonna get literally screwed by things like AI because they're not used to it. They don't know how to use it. They don't, and they tell themselves they're too old to adjust or learn. So they just leave it. Like my mom. Sorry, Mom. Still goes to the bank to pay bills. And every time I take her, I say, why are you not just doing it on your phone or online? Oh, I have to go in and do it. I have to go.
No,
when they say I have to, I don't even argue it. Like, okay,
my dad was the same. He kept on using his bank book. Remember, you would go there. You give it the. Let me see my balance. Okay. It's all there. The blue Bank of Montreal book. All right. Here's my money. All right. I know it's there because the paper said so. You don't trust anything else. That's what it is. That's how it is.
Oh, Finn's on the move. Before Finn gets a traffic ticket, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we don't have the budget. We don't have the budget for those things. You don't have the budget.
Can't bet you're out there, no. Watch it be an AI cop just pull you over. Pull you over, excuse me, sir.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And the last thing is that there's going to be a lot of change.
They're going to use it against us. It's going to be. They're going to be using it against us.
There's going to be a lot of humans without jobs, but again, they need some humans to run this AI for now. Until they can run itself, for now they're going to need some of us. So
what are all of those humans that don't have jobs? What are they going to do?
Nothing.
They're gonna live off the land or something. Get down or lay down, bro.
Go to the woods.
Down or lay down.
It's gonna be like
I just seen Amanda shared. I just seen Snooze just shared was sharing an article where the Universal Music Group is banning all AI recreations of their music. They're telling Spotify and iTunes do not let them post this stuff. But they did the same thing with streaming. Like they tried to fight streaming, and then what did they do? Turned around and made it into part of their business. It's gonna happen. Crypto and banking. Same. Before it was crypto's not real. It's not real. Now you have crypto credit cards. I have
an AI DJ for my Spotify now. He just plays my music for me. He says, "Yo, I think you're feeling this. And let me play this for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was feeling it. Sure, thanks." Yeah, like eventually everything's gonna be AI. Now, again, there is the good and the bad.
Once Once that word algorithm started to come into play, that's when this is all based on. Everything
that's what we were just
is
talking
based
about.
on algorithm.
Yep.
Literally.
Same shit.
Everything is based on
all the
algorithm.
same shit. Yeah.
Here's
Everything
my
is based
question
on
though: like once this AI takes over and the humans are going to be left out of jobs, is there more crime rate going to go up? More crime going to go up?
See,
Probably.
yes, that's
In a dystopian society, yes.
think so?
And what
I think
it should go up to a degree, but
Hell
cybercrime
yeah.
will also
You're gonna have
go up.
all these humans not working. What they gonna? You just asked. I just asked that question. It was like nothing. What they gonna do?
Yeah. No, you're right. Cybercrime will go. But it's two again. There's two sides. They're going just like when they brought in the instant teller, a bunch of tellers lost their job. They had to go find a new work. They had to find a new job.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. It's still evolution in a different form.
They're doing that in McDonald's too. All these places are doing. They're just.
But you're right. Some of those guys probably turned to crime. Some of those instant tellers saw their jobs ending and probably siphoned off a couple of pennies on each account before they left.
Well, there's gonna be a lot, way more fraud going on too. Way more fraud.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you're gonna have the technology to try to catch them before it gets out of hand. So I mean, it's I guess, like Finn keeps on saying, the good and the bad. So yeah, there's gonna be more crime, but then we're gonna be more equipped to fight that crime. So it's just tit for tat type of thing. So I get what he's saying. I'm realizing what he was saying. I'm like, yeah. There's gonna be some good stuff out of it because again, like you said, internet wise, we're doing this.
Get down or lay
down. Get down or lay down.
Get down or lay down.
Basically, in closing,
you better learn to start coding. Teach your kids how to code.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I know how to code myself, but they're teaching kids at 5-6 years old now.
Yeah,
exactly. They got to know how to code the AI and make new inventions based off of their ideas. That's the same.
Yeah, that's how they'll make their money. That's how they'll make their money.
Better become a computer programmer.
I was telling my daughter about my dad, for whatever reason, still has the encyclopedias at the house. My daughter's seen one.
Wow.
Like, what the hell is that? Where one book has S. One book has all S, and, yeah, bro. So,
yo, back in the day, the encyclopedias.
We're far away from that.
Yeah.
The encyclopedias were the thing, bro.
Either. It's not even that long ago when you read the grand scheme.
Yeah,
it wasn't that long ago.
For me,
that's in our lifetime.
With those when I'm doing my homework with the encyclopedia now, I could be like, hey Siri, what is
That's my question though. Is it making us smarter or dumber?
I think it's both. It's a double-edged sword because it's making us able to research stuff that we weren't even able to research even if we wanted to.
More efficient,
So you have to be proactive in the sense where I'm like, I need to learn how to do this because before it wasn't even an option. And that's why some of the old people, when you give them technology, they can't wrap their brain around being able to even do that stuff because they've been for 50, 60 years, they've been doing it this way. And what's the point of changing now, I guess?
It's a thin line. It's both ways. Because if we're thinking about when the shit's all working, what happens when it collapses, shuts down?
Yeah. And it's all computer based. That's it. I mean, that's very
go back to using your pen again. And
remember, you guys remember the blackout in Toronto when all those digital when all those digital gas pumps went out and you couldn't pump gas because they're electronically manned by a computer. So people are freaking out.
Man.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. That's very much so a fact.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's not only. But that's not just. That's just not AI. That's anything.
No, technology in general.
Yeah, technology as a whole. Yeah.
Technology in general.
Yeah, but what I think what Sibs is saying, there's going to be a point where AI runs everything pretty much. Again, to the pumping of gas, it's not going to be an electrical problem. It's not going to be dependent only on electricity because you're not even getting out of your car to pump the gas. You're just you're pulling up to the station and it's gonna pump it for you because it 100%. Knows what to do.
Yeah,
that's the part when it gets to that level of things. When it gets to the Jetsons level or Star Trek level,
when the car is talking to the pump,
listen,
I'm out of gas. Oh, you think so?
Past the Jetsons because the fact that I could go
you think so?
Pump and plug my car into my yard, we're past Jetsons.
Wow.
We're not flying. We're not...
Okay, he makes a point. He makes a good point actually.
Yeah, but we also don't have the in-house robot that will do everything.
Not there yet.
Yes, you do.
Not yet.
Yes,
not yet.
You have.
We have
the
robot.
You have the robot vacuum.
You hear that?
Finn is just. Oh,
sorry, I got shipped out. But I'm saying, like, yo, we have everything. Yeah.
No, your audio is wild. You gotta mute.
Hold on.
Yeah, you.
Hold on. Yeah, mute him.
Yeah, mute him. Your audio's wild, Finn. We can't hear you. Man.
AI took over his thing right
now.
Hold on, I'm about to pull up. The AI is trying to
mute him. We don't want all that. Mute him until later.
Hold on.
Wow. We gotta go back to three-way calls.
You see it? You see how them something work?
Can't tell.
We gotta go back to three-way.
Can't tell. 6 star 6 star 6 6
That's
star
hilarious.
6 7
That's
star
hilarious.
6 9.
That's hilarious.
Remember back in the day, yo? Who called me last? Hold on. Let me start 6 9 them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Pretty much.
He's trying to come back.
Nah, it ain't working, brother. Wait till the screen comes back. You might as well wait till the video comes back. That's when you know you're back.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been on for like an hour 20 minutes anyway, so we pretty much could call it at this point.
That's true.
Huh?
Good conversation.
Yeah,
very good conversation.
Yeah, I mean this is what we do. The barbershop talk, and it doesn't have to be all sports. We went from the NBA to freaking AI. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't honestly, we didn't even touch base on the other situations going on, because there was, and I didn't want to say it, but there was another mass shooting in the U.S.
Was there?
Hey, yeah, we can keep going. I'm not.
No. We saved that stuff because again, there's a lot of things that people just don't talk about anymore because we've either lost touch or it's just not available because of time and schedule. Sometimes just sitting down with people and talking, you get a lot out of everything. And then again, I've now been enlightened.
This is important.
Of course. I've been enlightened now.
All of these stuff is affecting us, and for the people that are not savvy, they just don't understand that tomorrow affects right now. The shit that's going on affects us in so many different ways. But a lot of people can't draw the connection. You know what I mean? They feel, there's no connection.
Or they don't want to. They also don't want to draw the connection.
Yeah,
they're
afraid of it. I've been there where I don't want to look. And I also don't believe you should look too far into the future or too far in the past. You'll difficult.
Scare yourself.
I seen somebody say the saying, looking far into the future, you get overwhelmed, and looking too far in the past, you get depressed. So you should. The moment is now.
Stay in your lane
now, while recognizing tomorrow is coming, but the moment
absolutely.
If you take care of today, tomorrow will be easier.
Absolutely.
So on and so on.
Some deep.
Good conversation.
Deep thought.
Let's do this again, man.
Definitely can do it again. Definitely hit it up soon, and we'll do it again. Great conversation is all we want, right? Of course, part 2 is gonna be this.
2, 3, 4, 5.
This is technically our part 2 from the first episode I was down there for. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Original.
I forgot about
original.
That
One mic.
Like 4 years later. 3 years
Was
later.
it one mic we had?
Yeah, we had only one mic.
Evolution.
Evolution indeed. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody's gonna have a good rest of their day. Again, we'll do this again soon.
Before we go, and we didn't even get Finn to get a chance to do it. But Sibs, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, let us know.
What are you working on? What's coming out? What's out? Anything?
Out right now. I got a joint coming out a couple of weeks with Dante and A-Sun. Just got it yesterday. He just sent it to me yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
Don't know the name. Something bag versus
bags and
versus battle.
Shit. It's the bag or the bag or the bullet. Bag or the bullet.
Bag or the bullet. There you go.
Yeah,
Slang.
bag or the bullet. That's it.
That's coming out soon. That's coming out. We're dropping that. That's me self-produced. It's the Dante song featuring A-Sun. Actually look out for that Recognize Ali and Sibs album. We're pretty much done. We're just again, the feature thing. Yeah. Waiting.
AI, bro, get a Jay-Z feature.
That's it. Other than that, it's working, man.
All right.
What about you, Finn? What you got? What you working on, or what's coming out? What's out? What's in the next episode?
Me and Kirk are gonna do another single. We're dropping another single April 26th. Yeah, we got the video and single. Albums coming out later in the summer. But yeah,
dope video. You guys definitely look out for that video. Myself, I just dropped the single, The Hard Days, featuring K Supreme, Highway 308, Ashton Francis, and Snacks. So check that out. Check out the G minor instrumental album. All three of us have on there. Please go and listen to that. And goldairmusic.com, man. goldairmusic.com.
Yeah, let's go.
That's perfect. Yeah, man. We're all doing our own thing. Myself, I got the Unleashed store, rebranded, re-unleashed, ready to go. The clothing is ready. Supplements have been ready to go. People are already buying. It's just a matter of getting it out there. So look for the supplements coming out to a store near you. Trust me. Big things happen. That's it, bro.
All right,
guys. It's been a pleasure. Again, we'll do it again soon. Okay? Peace out.
Love.
From Darker with the Ginger Hue. Later.
Love. Love.